Hey guys, welcome to RC Talk. Got a bunch of trophies made, skill trophies. They're for prizes. For in 2 weeks, we're having an event here at my house. It's called Call to Crawl, and it's a team event this year. So I made up some small skill trophies to give out. So let me just switch camera here while I move that other little camera around. There we go. Now this camera was actually pointing at my desk. So now I'm going to position it in a different way so you guys can look at me. Mind you, some people don't like that, but hey. And let me switch back. Sorry about that, wrong button. There we go. Anyways, welcome to RC Talk. This week, I'm actually going to be installing a GCM VTH front tower plate with hoops. So it's a kit that you get off of GCM's website. You get the front hoops, and you get the plate and the hardware also to actually install it. So I'm going to be taking it off, and I also have the VTH rear axle truss to help with the geometry of the truck, especially when you're climbing. It actually pulls your front end down. GCM has a pretty good video on his website that actually demonstrates that. And today, because I've only had the I had these shocks to put in the front, but these are actually 100 millimeter by 70 millimeters, so they were 10 millimeter too long. So today I went to the store and I got these King shocks, the 90 millimeter ones. So that's the ones I'm going to be installing in front. Should look good, nice and blue, should look fancy. And me and my son last weekend, we went to my first and his first Recon G6. Imagine that, he's 7 and he's went to his first Recon G6, and I'm 52, yeah, 52, going on 53. And at my age, don't count anymore. And he had a blast. He didn't even want to go home anymore. He just wanted to have some fun and keep having fun in the woods with everybody. And even it was lunchtime, let's go have lunch at the campsite. No, 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 I don't want to go. I want to keep going. But we had to stop to eat, especially I had to stop and eat. So met a lot of people on the trail, and a lot of people actually said that they do follow me on YouTube and they like what I've been doing. I just want to take this opportunity to thank them. Thank you very much for all the nice words that you guys said on the trail. And it's too bad I didn't have time to spend a lot of videotaping and photograph. I was just too busy having fun with my little guy and my truck, and stopping once in a while and talking to some people that actually wanted to talk to me. But everybody was busy there. Everybody was scrambling, either fixing their truck, just like my buddy Randy broke his rear shocks on his Jeep. And there's a couple of videos of that, and I believe some people have taken pictures also, and so on. So lots of fun at the G6. A Recon G6 event, to me, is like, it's not really a competition, it's an adventure. Because you compete against yourself, not against other people. Yes, you do give out prizes for driver of the day and things like that, but nothing much. It's just you compete against yourself. You mark your scorecards if you hit a gate and all that. And I saw a lot of people not even marking them, but hey, it's their adventure. They're allowed to do whatever they want. It's like golf. You want to kick the ball and move the ball forward and not count all your shots, you're only cheating yourself. But we had lots of fun. And even my little guy, once I go to him, oh, I'm so tired. Let's just use our hand and flip the truck. My son goes, no, that's cheating. And he's 7. He goes, no, that's cheating. You have to do it properly. You have to use a rope, and if you use a rope, you got to mark it. But if you get pulled by somebody, you don't get marked. So what are you going to do? So I go, okay. So I got my buddy's truck, and we ended up pulling each other. So it was a lot of fun. My little guy was there to guide us straight and keep us in the straight. I got a couple people. Randy's supposed to jump in, and hopefully more people will jump in while we're doing this. If not, well, I'll try to talk while I'm actually building and doing this. And I'm going to use the overhead shot more than anything to try to get this. I will be glancing once in a while to the TV, but hopefully we'll get some chit chats or some people chatting in there on the video. So real quick, let me go to the YouTube and see if anybody has logged on. Oh, we have Ramsey that just jumped in.
What's up, Tank?
Hey, how you doing? Long time no talk? Long time you hadn't come here and jumped in?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been pretty busy lately and stuff, and sometimes kind of lazy too, so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my cell phone right now, so I shouldn't have any problems. I'm on Wi-Fi, but, you know, cell phones, you never know.
Okay.
So
it looks like you did yourself have that hop-up. That's what you were saying, and you were showing. I'll just put you as a presenter. Hold on.
right on.
There you go.
Right on. Yeah, I do have that hop-up. I ended up back a little while ago. Colton's trying to say hi, so say hi, Colton.
Hi.
Back a little while. Plus, I had a twin hammers that actually had this body on it here.
Okay.
And a buddy of mine ended up picking up another twin hammers, which is this one is sitting here in front of me. This one here already had, I didn't put it in, so it was already installed, but it did have the, oh, I always get it wrong. What's the name of the company again, Tank?
GCM?
GCM. I always get it wrong. I always call it GPM. I don't know why. So, but GCM, it already had that. That's part of the reason why I talked to my buddy, because I wanted that, you know, I wanted that set up in the front end, but it is there.
A lot of people tell me it makes a world of difference. It's way better with that on.
I went from obviously this truck up here, which I still got to put back together, which is my old truck here.
Yeah.
That didn't have that front end modification. I went from driving this truck to I just took this one out for the first time like a week or so ago, and my first initial thoughts was a world of difference on how the truck handled, performed, everything with this front end in it. I liked it a lot better.
Cool.
So I've actually I got to put my body back on here anyways, but it's all, this one here is all brushless. I have this one all set up. And
cool.
It's kind of hard to see in there. I got very dull lighting here, but
yeah. What size of castle do you have in there?
It is a 3800 kV. It's a short course system. Castle SCT 3800 kV. I am running. I do have the ESC turned down to about 75% power. I'm not running full 100% power on it.
Okay.
So, and then I've also done the servo upgrade there, where you do a full size servo and do a more of a like a nitro linkage on it.
Okay. Oh, that's for the shifting gears?
For the shifting, yes, for the high and low range.
I closed it. What I did
Cool.
is I pulled this.
So, just a couple of little upgrades I've done to it, you know. And then obviously a waterproof steering servo and little stuff so I can play around with it and do things that I, in theory, want to do.
Yeah. Cool.
So.
Yeah, me,
yeah.
I basically, it does have mine has a TEN red line. I do have a Sidewinder as an ESC, but I got a TEN red line 13.5 turn in mine.
Is that censored?
It's not censored, no.
It's not censored. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was censored or not.
Well, the Sidewinder ESC is not censored. It's a censorless.
That's sensorless ESC anyways.
Yeah, the motor is a sensor, but no, I did not. I might change it. I don't know, but right now it's stock. Not stock. It's how it's going to stay. My shifting servo is the small shifting servo.
Right.
So that one has not been upgraded, and you can still see it's got the same linkage as stock.
And now, have you had any problems with your stock servo, with that stock setup burning? When I first got the twin hammers, I see where a few people were saying that was a problem with them. So I've done that upgrade just because every time I've gotten the twin hammers, I've had everything to be able to do that upgrade. So that's just something I've done. You know, have you had any problems with the smaller servo and the stock setup?
No, it's been shifting pretty good. I ran it about 5 or 6 times now. I find the gearing that he put on it on 3S, it's fun. It's fast, but
Yeah.
I'd like it to be faster, especially on a track, on a King of the Hill, or not King of the Hill, but King of Rock. There, the race I did last weekend with my son. I actually came in second with this versus 2.2 tires. It was pretty fun.
Nice.
But I came in second, so there's pictures on Recon G6 and actually a video of everybody racing, and they're saying, hey, there's B-17 bombers, because that's the body I had on this, is a B-17 bomber body. I'll just get the body real quick, but I cut this up and I put it on it, so it really doesn't look like a twin hammer when it's on there.
Huh.
It just hides everything. It's kind of cool.
Let's see, let me see if I can find it here. I was experimenting a little bit with, I had this old 70s Chevy, but I hate how the camera I'm doing this hangout. I don't know if it'll work better like this or not, but there we go. That's a little better.
Yeah.
60s style Chevy, and I actually beveled the back of it so it would. It's kind of how to do this one-handed, obviously, but so it kind of. And I had it setting down on here, and get the kitten out of the way here. Watch out, Nugget. I kind of had it sitting on here, and I did like the way it looked.
Yeah.
I thought about doing something like that, but I haven't. I was basically stuck with what I had. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of this is just a body I had kicked around from an old nitro truck that I had. It's obviously it was the back of it was already cut and everything else. So.
Yeah.
With the rear of it beveled in, there's another cat. With the rear of it beveled in, it looked pretty good, I thought. So.
Yeah, it looks good. What I liked about this body, I'm just going to take you off presenting and put me on, is that it has a kind of a beveled front end. So it had wheel wells also, but I actually took them off because when you put that on top of the twin hammer, you want the wheels to be able to turn. So mine sits way lower. For your truck, you're going to have to put your body higher so you clear those wheel wells. But it should look good. It's going to look better. It's going to look nice with your body, with your GM body.
Right. That was just something I was messing with. I ended up just putting this body here on it. I won't lie. I like the twin hammers. It's a fun little truck and stuff, but I go back and forth on whether or not I go back to an SCX-10. This is just my opinion, you know what I mean? Because I do like the twin hammers and stuff, but it's more of kind of a rock bouncer, rock racer. And I mean, I'm not like scale and stuff like that, but I like the little bit slower crawling, the little bit more technical crawling than what the hammers is actually designed for. Yeah. And then especially when you get, like you already know, you get the brushless twin hammers that are and that takes it too. I mean, I love the truck. The truck goes good.
Mm-hmm.
What power? It's been rugged. Like I said, with the castle system in it, I haven't had any problems with it breaking anything unless it was me driving like a bonehead, So, and was originally running a little bit bigger tire, but I had a problem with this tire here. You can see I got a hole in it.
Cool.
It's kind of all deflated, like where the rest of the tires that I was running on it, and kind of air filled almost. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I got to get my body put back on this here in a minute. Got all the screws and everything to do it. Now, this ain't really that hard a kit to put in, is it?
No, it's not. From what I've read and what I've seen, the videos, you basically have 5 screws to actually put in there.
Right.
So let me present here. So I took this out of the bag. One side is kind of machined and it's got groove, but one side is actually tapered to actually receive the screws. Basically, this part sits a little farther back than the shocks. 2 screws to put there. This is where the steering linkage is, and then these 2 sit right on top of where the diff is. And that's it. That's the only thing you have to do is put that, and also put the loops in on it.
See, I was
That's the first thing I'm going to do is put the loops so I don't have to take my tires off. I'm lazy that way.
When I first got this one here and was looking at it, it looked like a relatively simple install for sure.
Yeah, and I think this kit actually fits on the Walt toys also, because they basically made a clone of this truck. So if all the bolts are the same, if everywhere is the same, it should everything should fit in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I actually think I have seen them before. The ones that do they look just like the twin. They're not a twin hammers, but they look just like it.
Yeah. It's from Walt Toys, I think it's called.
Yeah, do a little close look of what mine looks like all done while you're kind of putting yours together.
Yeah, hold on, I'll take me off of the presenter so people actually see you when you're talking. Go ahead, talk.
What are these for shocks? Do you know? You must know.
Those look like the old Axial SEX10 shocks.
See, they look like the shocks that like GCM, correct?
GCM, yeah.
GCM, okay. They look like the shocks that GCM recommends for the upgrade. I just wasn't sure 100% what they were.
Yeah, those are the I saw the little canister at the back. Those are the 90 millimeter SEX10 shocks, but they're the older ones. The newer ones, the newer shocks are like this. See how this one has a 2-stage spring? Right.
Oh, yes.
So the one that has the 2-stage spring, these are actually 100 millimeter. These are 100. And
so the one I have are actually a little bit shorter then.
That is correct. 1 centimeter shorter.
What did I do? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. It's just it probably ran out of bandwidth or something.
All right. Yeah, I hit a wrong button and I ended up going back further than what I planned on going. So.
Oh yeah.
You say hi, Nugget. This
Hello.
is my was kitten. He was actually a rescue kitten, kind of off subject, but he was a rescue kitten. My dad found him underneath his trailer, abandoned by his mother.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and as you can see, he's doing quite well. He was only a couple weeks old when we got him and stuff, and my girlfriend Kelly nursed him back to life and got him all happy. But anyways, back to RC stuff. Get out of the way. I was trying to get my my outside light to come on so I could get it so that it was light this up a little bit better, because I got pretty poor lighting inside my house. So.
Yeah, I remember that every time you did a video or a little hangout, your lighting was kind of bad, but you don't really want to present anything last time anyways. But yeah, it's always better when you have better lighting.
Right. The phone seems to pick up the lighting a little bit better, than what the computer was.
Yeah.
But it's still, when I want to get up close, you know, like this here, you can see there's a lot of shadow and stuff like that. You need to get down and get out of here, dude. Go play somewhere. What do you put? Oh, see, that's a good girlfriend right there. She hooking me up with a light.
Good girl. I think Ramsey should get you some flowers or something tomorrow.
At least that. I owe her at least that. That's for sure.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm actually putting hoops on, the loops on it, but I'm actually putting, because this is aluminum and aluminum, I'm putting Loctite.
Yes. I haven't had mine apart as far as the hoops, but nothing's loosened up. So I got this, you know, already put together. So I have to kind of assume that. I'm hoping they were smart enough to. Excuse me. I'm hoping they were smart enough to use Loctite. You know, aluminum on aluminum. In theory, you should. So.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's about a $60 upgrade. It's not that much.
Right.
Do you have the rear part of it? Do you have the rear?
I do. It does. Yes, it does have the rear. Get it turned around here.
Okay. Yes, you do have the rear GCM linkage.
Yes.
Now look at where your links. Look at where your links are attached at the body, at the front of the body, and let me know if they're still on the top loop or the bottom one.
They are on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, that's where they got to go.
I don't know if I can get some kind of a light here so you can see. You might be able to see it there.
I'll take your word for it.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it's on the bottom one there.
Cool.
So I do have the top links on this seem to be some kind of, I don't know. I think somebody made them because this here, you can see the covering is like plastic. I mean, you can't see it probably from there, but I can tell you it's plastic. So they're kind of cheap top links, but they're better than stock. And then obviously the bottom links to bone stock on it.
Okay.
This
And you have
truck here.
Is your dry shaft upgraded? Mine's metal.
Yes, I have it does have an MIP drive shaft on the bottom. Just the rear. I do have it also has a sway bar in the back too. Not that you can really see it, but
Cool. Do you have sway bars in the front or just at the back?
just in the back. I try to help it for the torque twist. This one here is this truck here was a kit compared to my old one up there, which was that was a ready to run. So that one's got, you know, the standard, the shocks on it, the non-threaded.
Okay.
Compared to the ones that like are on here, they're a threaded shock. Oh, if I can get there it is.
Okay.
No, just little upgrades from being a kit versus a ready to run.
Whoa. Butterfingers.
I do have to say the twin hammer seems to be relatively easy to work on too. I mean, there's a lot in there, but at the same time, it's not too bad to work on, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the fact that you can actually just take 6, well, it's actually 8 screws, but you only have 4 screws on the bottom, 2 on each side. The front, well, you don't have the front anymore because you mod it,
right.
And then the 2 top, and then the whole thing comes off.
That's yeah. When I first got the other one off the guy, I got it from, he had like pulled the center section of the cage out and was like, that's how I work on it. That works really good for me. And the first thing I did is I got it home and I put the whole cage back together and did it the way we were just talking. It's like, why would you want, I like how you can just flip the whole body right up out of the way and you got the whole truck right there. You know, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So how many trucks do you have now? Because I know you've had a few of them, but you keep dealing and wheeling and trading them in, and you still have a nitro, I think.
I do have a nitro. The nitro's kind of on the back burner a little bit. I have it's kind of, I mean, to show you how much it's on the back burner, it's actually sitting down there. Okay. That's a T-Max there with a HPI an HPI Savage motor on it. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I have kind of dipped away from nitro a fair amount. I have my OC8 truggy here, and me and my buddies have actually gotten really right into the truggies and buggies and stuff like that. We have a good time with them. So they just take one heck of a beating, and they come back for more. So we love it. And then I got your standard rustler, just a brushed rustler, nothing special, just a brushed rustler.
Mm-hmm.
So, and actually, my father works at the train. Well, in better terms for it, it's the dump, the local dump here in town, and a guy brought that truck in and was going to throw it in the dumpster. Was just going to throw it away. Really? So somebody. Oh yeah, somebody's lighting off fireworks right by my house. Away. So my dad took it, brought it up here to me. There was an ESC. There was an ESC and a motor in it, but they were both, here's the motor right here. Had motor in it, stock, and some weirdo ESC that was in it. I don't even know what it was. And I took all that out, put an axial ESC in it, and it had a 12-turn Castle motor in it, but I ended up burning that up on 3S. What are they lighting them right next door? Bunch of fireworks going off somewhere here. Let's see if I can find them.
Yay, we get to see fireworks.
Right? We might. I just heard a bunch, but I don't see them.
Are you sure there were fireworks and not guns? You are allowed to have guns in the States.
Yeah, keep the window open.
No, it doesn't need to be open too far, Buck, so we don't want bugs getting in. Oh, there. Yeah. Yes, we are allowed to have. It ain't guns. It's just, that was definitely a firework. You hold on. You might see another one here in a minute. But yes, we are allowed to have guns in the States. But anybody's an idiot to be shooting. I live right near town, so if you're shooting a gun off here, you're an absolute idiot.
Yeah. There are some of those in the States also.
Yeah,
yes, there's a lot of idiots in the States.
There are some good guys too.
Oh, there is. There absolutely is, but there's there's all kinds of madness that goes on. But I'll take living here than living in a lot of other places and stuff. Though I would love to go to Canada sometime and visit, because I know there's nothing wrong up there. Well, for the most part, there's nothing wrong. Well, of course, I come over here now. They're not going to light off fireworks, so fine, whatever, be that way. So, actually, I don't know if did you have Radio Shacks up there?
A radio what?
Radio Shacks?
Yes.
Did you ever have Radio Shacks up there?
Yep.
Do you remember back in the day the Radio Shack Golden Arrow?
Doesn't ring a bell.
They were one of them RC cars that when I was a kid, always wanted when I was a kid. It was about as close to a hobby grade RC car that I knew of at the time and stuff. So I got a couple of them now just because too. Basically going back to what you were asking me is as far as what I had for RCs.
Cool. So basically, the only thing I did is I took the 5 screws out, took the screws off. Let me go present to everyone. Oh, wrong person. Come on. Present to everyone. So basically, I took the screws off that was holding where the wheels are, the arms.
Yep.
And then I took the 2 back screws off. There's a plate that holds the shocks. So that's the old system. And then where the cantilever goes, there's actually 2 screws or 2 nut. And that's where I'm at right now to figure out how to take that nut out of there.
The nut where the cantilever hooks in?
Yeah, it looks like it's just a screw. I just have to put the...
Slide it down it. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I'm just using my T. And I'm just taking it off.
Yep. They'll come right out of there. You don't even end up, as you know, probably, you don't even end up using them anymore because there's the two sides right there. This said, just kind of. Now, I know you can mount your battery up front. I ended up I got my old battery mount in the back. So I use my battery mount in the back. Instead now I got my receiver sitting up front. So.
Okay.
Now, what are you running for a radio?
Radio on this, I'm using the FlySky 3-channel hacked radio.
Now, do you running everything that you're running? Do you have to run a glitch buster?
Nope.
Because I'm running. I got Spectrum.
Okay.
Spectrum, just school Spectrum SR300 receiver, and of course running the castle setup that I'm running, and I have to run a glitch buster with mine because if I don't, I have a problem with servos not wanting to play right.
Yeah, with some higher end ESC, or I've seen that a lot with big motors, and it's because of the current draw that you're having.
Yes.
It's normal that you have to run a glitch buster or something else into it to help it because there's just too much current. It's you run a ESC or you run a Beck, one or the other, glitch buster or a Beck. Sorry.
What? Say that. Excuse me. I run it in with my steering servo. Is what I run it in with.
Okay.
But it does what it needs to do. I am running. I don't know what my shifting servo is. It's just some servo that it's actually the steering servo that was in the truck when I got it. But not long after I got it, I tried to make it as waterproof as I could. And I ended up putting this Sabox servo in it.
Okay.
So when I took that Sabox servo and put that in there, I think I'm saying that right. I put whatever this servo is here and use that as my shifting.
Cool. So, being me, I put all the screws back onto it, and I'm going to keep this as spare parts for all kind of things because this could actually be used in a truck as a rear cantilever system. So there's nothing wrong with this. So I'm going to be keeping this.
Never go wrong with RC parts.
Gotta love RC parts.
We've got so many RC parts, stuff that I'll probably never use, but as soon as I throw it away,
yep,
you'll need. You don't. Just why?
So just test fitting it and putting it on there. I see everything lines up perfectly, and it actually sits because of the groove here. These two notches actually fit perfectly in between the diff. Now I have to put the screws.
Let me see if I can get an up close shot for anybody that might be watching. That way they can kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
If I keep talking like this, technically it should stay up for a minute, so you don't need to put me on,
Yeah, it's only when I start talking it's going to switch back to me.
Right. It'll switch back and forth to.
Yeah. The GCM, he installed a bell crank, a new bell crank system instead of the one from them, which actually slide, and it's not that good. So he's actually got he installed it, and he got it from a guy in the States somewhere, but supposedly that guy is not around anymore. Nobody can find him. So what he's going to be doing, he's going to be making his own bell crank system and steering to change the steering bell crank instead of this sliding one, which doesn't look too good.
Oh, that's my excuse me. I apologize about that. That is my biggest complaint about the twin hammers is the steering. I absolutely hate the steering setup in these, and I have yet to find. I used to have one that's probably from the guy that you guys that you're talking about,
Yeah.
and can't find any information on it. Can't find any parts for it. Can't. So I've actually gone back to what is basically the stock steering setup, for lack of a better choice, and that's my biggest gripe about the twin hammers is the steering in it, and the lack of a nice aftermarket steering setup for it.
Well, he is making them, or it's in the design phase right now. So I think
Good.
he's reverse engineering the other guy because the other guy's not there anymore, and everybody's looking for some. So he's reverse engineering or gonna put his own twist on it. I don't know what he's gonna be doing, but it should be coming out soon. So as soon as that's out, I'm taking this plate off and I'm actually changing my and putting in the bell cranks.
Actually, I have one for anybody that might be watching, so you can actually see what the stock steering servo looks like. I think I have one right here. So basically, anybody that might be watching, here's the stock setup right here. This is how it sits in the truck. Like looking at the truck like this, this is how it sits in the truck. God, it's so hard to hold it. Basically sits down like this, but underneath this metal plate. And so the steering will just slide back and forth. Let me get this out here. Shine that light right like this, buddy, okay? I'll shine that right there like that. The steering just slides back and forth. Create such a shadow, you can't even see anything. Like this. You can see. Slide back and forth in here. There it goes. And what happens is when it gets sliding back and forth, and if you're out crawling or whatever, you'll get a bunch of mud, dirt, whatever stuck up in this system here, and it'll start binding up on you. This is the problem I've had with it, anyways, is that because I'm not afraid to run my truck, it's waterproof for a reason. I like playing a little bit of mud, water, stuff like that. And you start getting that stuff built up in this system here, and it fails. It don't work. So I got to take off for a minute, Tank, because I got to go put my son to bed. I'm just going to kind of leave my phone sitting here idling, looking, trying to do something, but I'll be back in a minute. Okay, bud?
Sounds good. Yeah, these King shocks, they look pretty nice. Like, they look pretty sweet. I'm going to mute you until you come back. You can unmute yourself.
What did I do?
Just muted you. You did not do anything. Nothing wrong. Okay, so now to put the shocks. So basically, I reinstalled the plate. With this plate, supposedly, you can actually put a bumper on here. There's holes in the front, and some people has actually made up bumpers on here, which is kind of cool. I got dirt in the screw. And I did mute you, Ramsey, just in case you're wondering. There we go. Line up the shock. Now I know for a fact that he mentioned that you replace the ball end of this with the ball end of that. And I think it's because this is a little bit narrower. And it looks like it is. Let's see if I can't persuade it to go into its new home. Playing with parts that are not supposed to go in there. Always fun. It's in there, almost in there. Here we go. Now, anytime you're screwing a screw into plastic, you should not need to put any Loctite. But remember, don't screw it too tight or else you're going to strip it. I think I'm going to have to put a spacer there. There was none before, so I'll have to find one. There I am looking for the other shock, and it's right in front of me. So what I'm actually doing is I'm actually prying it to open up the plastic, just bending it a little bit. Then I just insert the shock into it and ease out. There we go, all the way through. And before I screw that into there, I'll look over there and see if I can't find. Oh, that's my little dead guy. I chopped off his legs a while back because I needed legs in my SCX-10. So I chopped off his legs. And I still had some of these shocks, which I'm not sure what they're from, but they're all metal, and I think it's a spring in there. I think they're G-made TS02 off racing. That's what's written off of them. These are actually 100 millimeter. They don't have that much spring into them. Found them off a truck. Can't remember which one. Almost forgot to put some Loctite. But before putting the spacer on, let's try them without them. Randy, once you come back, maybe you can tell me if yours have the spacers or they're just attached directly on there. Yeah, the spring, they hit just a little bit onto the side. That's the reason why I'm thinking of putting a spacer here. Oh, looks like Randy's back. Do you want to unmute yourself and yeah, just unmute yourself. Once I mute you, you got to do it yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
There we go. I didn't know how to unmute myself. I didn't realize I had to do it.
So, do you
So-
have the spacers on top of your
What
shocks?
Let me show you here. Are you talking like, come on, stupid phone. What I have, Tank, it's kind of hard to see because my phone doesn't want to focus. Here, hold on. Let me get my wrenches and I'll pull it apart so you can see. There is a little bit of a spacer there. It's not, the shock is not right tight up against the shock tower. There is a bit of a spacer there, yes.
Okay.
But spacer is like my plastic, it's like a whole plastic housing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's some schmutz in there. Trying to clean that out with. Like I said, there is a spacer there, yes, but my spacer is built into the plastic. It's like if I remember correctly, it's almost like a little. There's a screw going through this, and almost like a plastic nut
Okay.
on. And that's what at least mine is using for a spacer. Set the phone down for a second to do this because. Like, come on. Tire underneath the front of this here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, see, it's got the little ball for the shock, you know, the little ball. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I believe the ball thing that the screw slides in through. And then it's got, at least mine, where this camera is. My phone doesn't want to adjust, but it's basically one of them little plastic. I think you've probably seen them before. The plastic nuts that they have, that they put on like random stuff, just like a plastic nut.
Yep.
That's what is used on mine for a spacer. It is probably 3/16 of an inch wide. I know you probably go millimeters, but I can't do that because I just can't. Trying to see if I had maybe something kicking around so I could.
It sits a heck a lot higher than before, that's for sure. The truck, the front end does anyways.
I mean, like I said, I went from running a truck with the stock. I mean, this is actually the guy that I think you're talking about. This is part of his front end that was on my truck.
Okay.
On my truck here. All right, that's the aluminum plate from it. But what I did was cut the aluminum ears off from each side that came out, because there was like some ears that stuck out from each side.
Okay.
And then some swivels on it, and it would have been a good idea if the problem I got is when I got that truck, it was worn out. Whoever had it before me didn't take care of it, and it got wore out.
Mm-hmm.
So all the aluminum bits were worn out. They were just no good. I'm actually trying to find the old front end now so I could actually show some pictures of it. I don't remember what I did with it. Oh, that was a lot of screws that just went down. I don't know where that went. Oh well. Wait, I had the aluminum pieces. Oh, yeah, I don't know where they went.
All good.
Stuff flying everywhere over here, making all kinds of noise. The kid's trying to go to bed.
It's all good. I'm putting a spacer, some spare spacers that I had, and they're basically came off one of my plastic tree.
Yep.
And what I got is pretty much what you're saying is
Those little plastic nuts.
yeah, it looks like a little nut. So it basically, oh, let me stop and present to everyone. So it's off this plastic tree here.
Yeah.
And they look like little nuts.
Perfect. Yeah, that should work, man.
So I got two of them.
I'm gonna clean up this mess, because if I don't, little kittens will have little parts everywhere. They're choking on them. Oh,
You made a mess.
yeah. Gotta love it. Every now and then. It's the first time this has happened in a while. Usually I'm pretty good, but this just got out of control.
Well, it's the one-handed thing.
It is exactly what it is. Trying to do everything while holding a cell phone.
Hey, we have a bounce.
It's the best part when you get it all on camera. You get your mistake on camera. That's how people learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't try to do stuff and hold a cell phone at the same time.
I'm gonna have to put a 3S on there and go try it out.
See, I run mine on 2S, and I'm actually pretty happy with mine on 2S. I'm afraid mine on 3S would break stuff. Because
Okay.
Even on 2S with mine, it's if you get it where it's hooking up, getting good traction, it's pulling the front wheel right up off the ground. I can drag the back bumper on this without a problem.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure, but my RPM truck nut my RPM truck nuts show it the most. You can see right there. These are usually hooked onto the back of my truck, and they get dragged. Not trying to be weird holding up a set of truck nuts, but
Yeah, sure.
Hey, you gotta love the dirty danglers. You gotta have the dirty danglers on your truck.
Yeah, I gotta either make a pair or buy a pair.
I love them. I got those ones, and I actually got an old set that I've had forever too, somewhere kicking around up here. Right here.
Well, the guy that did this truck before me, this is what, let me take you off presenting.
Oh
yeah. So the guy that got the truck before me, this is what he did. instead of the heat shrink. I guess he forgot to put you put tape on the Dean connector, electrical tape.
Tape?
Yeah, he's got electrical tape around the Dean instead of heat shrink. I got liquid tape. I'll be fixing that.
I'll show you mine. Mine looks pretty.
Cool.
But I'm not a solderer. I got a buddy of mine that solders. I can't take even credit for that. I got a buddy of mine that does all my soldering for me.
So Zach Bates is saying
Yep.
hi.
Zach.
Walt Huber. People on the chat.
Oh, nice.
Walt Huber. Soon he's going back to Blackfoot Tow with his ORV frame. So they had their own little conversation going on there.
Nice.
There's Shrimp-A-Lot, 47-inch. Oh, so Shrimp-A-Lot is building a 6x6.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, somebody just joined.
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Who invited that guy over?
I'm leaving then.
Monsieur Eric.
How are you, Francois?
Doing good. Yeah, me and Eric were at the G6, the Recon G6.
Yep. Quite the adventure.
4 buddies
Actually,
of mine.
used his tent.
Axial Fest right now.
What about Axial Fest?
I got 5 buddies of mine that are at Axial Fest. They drove 4 of them. One of them lives out in Utah. He works for Ken Block, and Maine go to Axial Fest.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, Francois actually doing some work tonight.
Yeah, like others, I try to do my work before an event and not at the event.
It was not at the event. It was before the event.
Oh, yeah, right. The night before, or even the morning of, you were still putting some stuff on your truck, like the roof rack. And hey, that's what it's all about. Fun.
Well, I didn't have much time to work on it.
It don't matter. You could be fully prepared before you get to the event, and something would happen, and you'd still have to work on something.
Yeah.
The lovely part of tiny trucks. No matter what kind of planning you do, something's still gonna break.
Actually, it went pretty good.
What do you have for?
I mostly have a Vaterra Ascender, the Bronco one.
Oh, nice. I've heard good reviews about him for sure.
Yeah, and he was always on its side, always flipped over. Oh no, that was my son.
Yeah. It was more about patience. He was in a hurry.
Oh yeah, at the end there, at the last two courses, he was doing very good on the first 2 courses, but the last 2, he was just hurrying up and trying to beat us somewhere and go faster, and he was just
That's what I run into with my son. He likes playing with him for a little while, but after a little bit, he starts getting a little bored with him.
Yeah. They start drifting. Their minds start drifting.
Yes, that's what mine does too. Next thing you know, you see he's trying to climb a tree or something like that.
there was some caves there. So there was some caves, so he wanted to go in the caves. I said, hold on, we'll go in the cave tomorrow. And we did. But it was a fun adventure.
Yeah. It was fun because there was nobody in the caves when we went.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people came for the caves also. They must have been wondering what was going on at the G6.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of people walking around and asking, what are you guys doing with the truck? Is this a sport? Like even one person asked me once, is this a sport, some kind of a sport? I go, yes, it is.
If you count all the walking we did, yes, it is.
I like people that when you're running a blatantly electric RC car, they ask you if it's gas or electric.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always get a kick out of that. You know, that just always makes me laugh for some reason. It's like,
If it was gas, you would hear it a mile away.
right. Unfortunately, I've had this, my twin hammer's torn apart like you see it with the body off. Well, I kind of got my camera set in a weird spot, but torn apart with the body off it for a little while because I took it out through a bunch of water, so I was letting it dry, cleaned it all out and stuff. Well, for some reason, I don't know how, but my container that had all the screws that held the 4 screws on the bottom and stuff that held the body on has disappeared. I don't know where it went.
Nice.
So, unfortunately, you guys are about to see me do a little bit of redneck ingenuity, and I'm just going to use a couple of zip ties to hold my body on. I got some of the screws, but so we use a couple of zip ties to hold the body on for testing purposes only.
Cool.
By testing, I mean probably permanent until I find some more screws.
No, it works.
Nice little aluminum. The
Hey.
light is kind of bright, but nice aluminum part for the back. Nice and shiny. Mine's not dirty like yours.
I want you to pull that out of there, please. Just that. Nope. Oh, now you did it. Now you did. You're fired.
Oh, fired.
Well, if you weren't using broken Allen wrenches.
It's not broken. It's cut off to fit in my fancy little tool that I
You
have.
don't want to cut off and stick.
Right. Look at you, see? See? You know what you're doing. It's all crooked. My gosh.
This is why I don't play RC as a
Jeez. She's the film. That's why she normally sees the film crew.
So I just realized that they don't give you the 4 screws for the rear. They don't give you the 4 little new screws to actually put this on. And the one that actually came with the truck are actually too long. So I got to talk to Chris about it.
What screws are right there?
They're the 4 screws that would actually hold this down onto here.
So those aren't the stock screws that come in the truck?
I don't know if they are. They're aluminum. They're kind of white. They had a bolt under it.
Because mine just gets spun around here. Yeah. I dropped you guys. I apologize for dropping all of you. I'm sorry.
You dropped us.
I dropped you. Because when I took mine off, because I had to do some cleaning and stuff like that. When I took mine, I thought it was the stock screws one on. Now maybe I'm completely wrong about that.
Because these screws, the stock screws, this is what they look like.
Yeah.
Unless they're not.
They actually have a nut on one side, but they're way too long. If I put this back onto the truck, it's going to go right into the diff.
Right. See, mine's got. I'm trying to get it. Mine's got a couple of button head screws that are holding it in.
Yep. And those are the ones I'm actually putting in right now. I have what's called a screw loose kit. So it's just a bunch of screws and with different sizes.
Oh, nice.
So I'm putting in some 3x6 right now.
See if that works. Somebody else joined, I think. Is that Randy?
That too.
Yes, it is.
Hi.
So
Hey, Hank, how we doing?
Good. Hey, I got a spare one of these now, like you just put on your truck.
Oh, the cantilevers?
Cantilever system, yeah.
You want to sell them to me?
Do you know to count?
Oh, I need another count. I need another set.
Aw. Not really. I want to keep them for another build if ever I build it and if ever I need it.
That's all right. I'm going to start making my own aluminum ones.
Okay, that's fair. I like having spare parts. So what are you working on, Randy?
Right now, nothing.
Nothing. So when are you going to build that 6x6?
I'm actually still working on it. I started on the frame, and I got the transmission, the motor. I now need to order axles.
Lots of them.
Just 3.
Just 3.
And which type of axles are you going to put on?
I'm actually really leaning towards the D44s.
D44s? Why don't you put something with the portal axle or something?
Wouldn't suit the truck.
Wouldn't suit the truck?
Nope.
I got to work on my boat for next year's Float Your Boat project.
Those were nice. That was interesting.
Yeah, I was going to build a boat. The guy that was supposed to be helping me and teaming up, he floated away.
Floated away. Yeah, I got to hate when that happens.
Yeah, so
Real boat or RC boats?
RC boat.
RC boat.
I was building a scale ferry that can hold four trucks, no problem.
Really? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I would love to try to build a man. What are those bolts called again? With a balloon underneath there with air.
Hovercraft.
A hovercraft, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun, but it'd be quite of a challenge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun part. My son's Wraith lost a wheel.
Well, lost a nut.
Yeah,
then,
therefore he lost a wheel.
Yeah. That was at the campsite, though.
Yeah, the night after.
Was it the night before?
The night of the G6. Because
Yeah.
when we got back, he started playing with it in front of the kids, and then he lost his wheel because he actually used it the morning of. There. Now I just have to move my links down one, and I'll be done.
So is that something you have to do when you do the aluminum walk on the back? You have to put your link down one?
You sounded muffled there. I didn't hear you.
Sorry, hold on. Is that what you have to do when you put the aluminum block here on the back? Is you have to put the link down one?
Yes, because now your links are actually sitting a little higher.
Yeah.
And it's better because it's going to pull your truck down. The front end is going to pull it down. So when you make it spin or when you make it torque, the rear is going to push the front down.
Oh. Okay.
So it actually helps you when you start climbing hills and even when you hit the gas.
Because I was getting a lot of that. I've only taken this out once with this setup, with this front end and stuff like that on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed it didn't seem quite as torque happy as what with the front end and the rear. It didn't seem to be quite as wanting torque twist,
yeah,
like it was in my setup.
Yep.
I hate using zip ties to do stuff like that because I just it ain't right. I don't like it.
Screwing it in new plastic is hard on the wrist, especially when the threads are not made.
Use your little drill.
Yeah, that means I guess I do have another one I could have. It's just 2 screws.
Oh,
I'm not gonna die. I should be getting my rat rod back soon.
What did you have done to that?
It's in the States right now. It's close. It's close to where you live. It's past where you live, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's Dave. Well, get a blank.
What we
Dave from Radio Control Patrol has it.
Yeah.
Dave Martin, and he's doing a some hop-ups. So he's changing some stuff.
Just finish it, tidying up some stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna put a new body. He's gonna put a new, supposed to put a new motor in it, a new ESC, and it's gonna look completely different. It's gonna still have a rat rod body, but the paint job on it's gonna be kind of cool. He asked me what theme I wanted, so I told him. So he's gonna try to make it.
Nice.
And I'm keeping it a surprise. It's hush hush project.
Right. Just changing it up a bit. Nothing wrong with
Yep,
that.
he's gonna have some 3D printed stuff on it. Supposedly he ordered some aluminum sway bars. Not the sway bars. The arms at the bottom of it. The one I actually put on there are actually the Vaterra twin hammer arms.
On the back of it, correct?
On my rat rod, the bars I have here on this twin hammer, it's the same bars on my rat rod.
Right. Excuse me. Yeah, that's how you extended it out, correct? You should put like twin hammer lower control arms or lower arms on it, correct?
That is correct. Zach Bates is listening. Hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
So your 6x6 is going to be 47 inches long, bumper to bumper. Right, Randy?
Thing's a monster, put that way.
Okay. Oh, we got RC Crawler. How long has he been there? He muted himself, but he's there.
For a few minutes, he's been quiet.
So,
All right.
hey, how you doing? There, I'm done. Okay, I gotta go for a ride now. See you later. So let's see if I can bring.
I'm just throwing the 6x6 garage to fit there. Give you an idea how big this thing actually is.
Well, your camera is all black right now.
Is it all black?
Yeah. I can't see anything. You're.
maybe it's not enabled.
Okay, now I see.
All right.
Don't
Well,
just say fuck you, smile.
So you got the front of it, kind of.
Okay.
Here's TF2 sitting on top of the back of it. And I run out of garage.
I guess.
Oh wow, dude, that looks badass.
So I have the other parts, because I just went and grabbed it all just to mock it up again.
Yep.
But like I said, not a lot of light in here. I'm trying to get some more light, but it's not really working.
Yeah, and I know where your scale garage is. I've been at your house, and your scale garage is basically almost the bottom of a closet.
Yeah. Well, it's part of a walk-in one.
It works.
Like I said, it's big enough that it'll hold the whole truck on it.
It works. Yep.
But it will be very big.
Oh, wow.
So give me a second. It's actually a 110 scale 10-ton truck when it's done.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be like a flatbed.
It's going to be actually it's going to have two beds on the back. It's going to have a flat bed,
2 beds.
and then it's going to have a wrecker unit. And all I got to do is literally like 6 bolts. The flat bed comes off, and the wrecker unit will go on it.
Okay.
All right. But a 1/8 brushless system,
No, it's gonna be fairly heavy.
dualies on the back on both axles. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it under 20 pounds. That's my goal.
Cool.
So, but it's a steel frame. I stamped my own C channel,
Oh, yeah.
and the frame's going to be designed in a way where when you get under a lot of power, frame like a real truck.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's under load trying to pull something, it'll actually twist up the frame a bit.
This is pretty much a custom truck that you're building pretty much from the ground up, I'm assuming.
So here's the
I don't know
shocks.
who's talking, but you're breaking up big time on my end.
Yeah. So the shocks are installed. And now if I just
back
push
my
it and
Willys
let
Jeep.
go, everything pops up. So it's a heck of a lot stronger, and I got far down travel and up. So
I like them shocks on the trucks. Okay.
You what?
I like them shocks in front of your truck.
Yeah, me too. Cost
Yeah, way better than like on mine.
$60 Canadian, but
They're not cheap.
no. And then the rear, I actually put right here. I point. I did lower them to the lower hole. There's 2 holes. They were on the upper, so I moved the links down. And now, when it sits, it's pretty straight. So now that bar is perfectly straight. So now when it actually tries to torque back down, when the wheels turn and the axle starts turning, it's going to push the truck back down. It's going to push the whole front back down. So it's going to hug a little bit better. And here's the back.
See, I'm glad I didn't know that. So that's nice to actually know.
Randy, your Jeep is back up. Yeah, your Jeep was a little bit bigger than mine, than my son's.
Yeah, a little bit. Almost an inch, I think, eh?
Yeah. Do you know who makes that body, Randy? Not Randy. Yes, Sir Shrimp a lot.
Yeah, Randy.
Which, the one I have?
Yeah.
Mine's
You cut out there. Yours is a what?
Let's say he's cutting in and out.
Yeah. Now, what the heck did you put there? Oh, that's your hood.
Well, oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm trying to adjust my front end because this tire here was like leaned way out. And so I'm kind of just trying to, I'm going camping in a couple of days. So I gotta have this truck all ready to go camping. So I'm just trying to
Cool.
do some little tweaks and stuff like that.
So now I got to cut my cage and do the same thing as you guys.
For anybody that's looking, here's a professionally cut cage. Not likely. I can't say that because, again, I didn't do this front end. I got this truck like this, but this is what he's talking about cut the cage. Tank, I'll show you a couple of up-close views about what they did on my truck. I mean, of course, everybody's going to do it differently. You may have a better idea because you got a connection with the cool factory and stuff. But this is how they cut my truck here.
Yep.
And you can see they still got, if I wanted to, no, but if I wanted to, I could put, let me see if I can, there's a screw hole right there. So I could run a screw through, I'm trying to do this all while we're looking at a camera, so don't mind me. I could run a screw through here into this, and this would make it so my front end would stay down permanently.
Yes, that's correct. Like what I'm doing right now, I am removing this one screw that's off the side here. This way I'll present myself to everybody so it doesn't cut in and out. So what I'm doing is I am removing this one screw off the side. So now this becomes loose. Now what I'm going to do is next is I can use a Dremel or these snips or wire cutters. This is very soft plastic, and I just cut that end. Do the same thing on the other side.
Wow. It does cut easy, don't it?
Yep. It's very soft plastic, so then remove the screw. Then you got a hood. Hey! Could have done it this way too. You loosen this screw and you got a hood going up. It's like a real car. That's what I should do. And have a magnet or something to hold it just to make different than anybody. Everybody has it the other way. I should do it this way.
That would actually be a good idea.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to see what I can do for the front.
Absolutely.
I like being different.
That's actually a pretty cool idea right there. So, I gotta loosen the shock up so this fucking sit a little bit loose. Man. Now you want a little bit of camber in, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Eric should be good at that. He did a lot of racing and short course driving.
Yeah, but it's very different on crawlers than short course trucks, you know, because you got so much travel.
Well, this is, again, not really, I mean, it's I guess, but I do kind of more bashing than I mean, I crawl with it, obviously, but
Perfect. Oh, I was going to screw the cage back on, but I still have to pass my wire.
Well, guys, I just popped on to say hi.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah. Nice seeing you again, Randy.
But I gotta go. So you guys have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Thank you very much. RC Crawler Workbench. You're not saying much tonight.
He's all on mute. He's just
Yeah.
listening to us. He doesn't want to talk. He wants to listen.
So there. I got to make some new body panel on mine. It came with no body panel. There was some metal one that were made, but I'm looking for a used spare, or I'm going to make my own out of styrene and make it military-like. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do.
Nice.
But it looks kind
Again.
of cool with the hood that opens up.
I like that. If you can figure out a way to do that and make it that, I like that.
Yep. And now it's closed. There we go. It
Now-
actually clips. And when you open it, it just opens up. There you go. It's open. And you clip it close.
It's cool. That'll be neat if you can figure out how to get it all. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. You should be able to get it. So
Yep.
got that tip in just a little bit more.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. So what I'm going to be doing now is actually taking some electrical tape, and that's stuff that's liquid. And
Well, you
for people that forget to put heat shrink on their wire, it's perfect
You
for
don't
this.
You don't like that nice custom job?
No. Especially with these truck, they heat up pretty fast sometimes, these wires.
Yeah.
And that electrical tape can come off pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of shady. That's why I don't solder. I'm not good for it. Like we were talking earlier, you know, that's why I got a guy for that, you know.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not good at it, and shady solders can result in trucks burning down.
Oh yeah. So you get a little tiny brush with this, and then you just drop it onto there. Let it drip. On the other side. And then you can either wait a little bit, turn, but everything's going to be nice and
That's that liquid electrical tape, correct?
that is correct. It's not Plastidip. It's actually called electrical tape, liquid tape.
Liquid tape.
Yeah, this is better than Plastidip for this because this is actually meant to hold voltage.
Right. I've seen it before. I just always kind of wondered how it would actually work, you know?
It smells strong. It's just almost as strong as paint. And it's very liquid. So what I'm doing is I'm turning while it actually dries. So it actually goes everywhere. It's very liquid. Hence the name, liquid tape. But it really saves your ass when you forget to put the...
Right. That's what happens when you don't drain your tires right here.
Yeah.
Squeeze that out of my tire. It's probably not good, eh?
No.
See, that's what happens when I start hanging out with people from Canada. I get the A going, eh?
What are you talking about, eh?
tire squeegees here. I didn't realize they were that bad. I thought I had squeezed them out better than that. Apparently not.
There, that looks a heck of a lot better than tape.
Oh, yeah. That looks way better than what it did a little while ago.
Yeah. It looks way better. Mind you, some people are going to say it's not good because it's not a Traxxas connector, but
I honestly, I run Dean's ends on all my trucks except for my truggy here, and in my truggy, I don't know the name of the ends. I can't remember, but I'll just show you because it's easier to show you than what it is to try to remember it. But I run, I think they call it EC5s.
Yeah, EC5 or EC3.
Again, my lighting is horrible, but those ones.
Yeah.
I think they're the 5 because they're the big ones. Because, like I said, it's on my truggy here. So
Yeah, it must be a 5.
a little view.
That's a low Z8, I think, eh?
Low C8 2.0. Yep. It's the older one. It's the older truggy, but Tekken RX8 Gen 2, and I got a 22. What is it? 2250 censored.
Cool.
So it's a beast for sure.
I raced a X-Max with my Savage the other day. The guy had it on 8S, and I had my Savage on 5S.
Did you tear it up?
Yeah, well, I didn't tear it up, but I did beat him.
Wow. In my opinion, you tore it up at that point.
Well, it's because he wasn't used to his 8S. He was faster than me. He was catching up, but on a takeoff and on a like 100 feet or 150 feet, I had so much gain on him that he didn't have time to catch up to me, and he just flipped like he had too much power. I had lots of power also, but my Savage has the long boy body, so it's very long. My Savage is almost the same length as his X-Max, so
nice and stable.
Oh yeah, it's nice and stable on 5S. On 6S, I do backflips. On 5S, I do flips also, but it's more stable.
I pretty much run this on 4S. 5S, 6S is fun, but then you get into a lot of heat issue, you know, messing with, I don't need to go that fast, but I've driven a couple of X-Maxes. I don't mind them. They're nice, but I don't know. They're nice. They go fast. They're a great truck, but I don't know. They're a big cumbersome truck too. They're a big vehicle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they are for what they are. I haven't driven one on 8S. The videos I've seen on 8S, it's like, wow. And things got to be, for as big as they are, they got to be a blast, you know? But
oh yeah,
I've driven them on 6S before. My buddy's got one. Actually, a couple buddies of mine have got them. And they're fun for sure. But my opinion, once you've driven something like this, to jump onto something that's like kind of big, and you know, that's why I've kind of lost interest in the P-Max over there. It's big, it's cumbersome, it doesn't handle real well, you know, where I got spoiled by running something like this here where I can just take it and slam it into a corner and it loves it.
Oh yes.
So and you can just
1.8 buggy like that. 1.8 buggy like that. That low C10, low C8 it's fun. It handles like crazy. You go very fast around a curve and it just hugs the curve. It's just crazy how it works.
We like I said, I had a buggy last year, and this year I went to a truggy just because I wanted the extra ground clearance and stuff like that. And it's just the amount of time, I mean, just come up to a ramp, my ramp. I mean, I know you've seen videos of my ramp and stuff like that before, and just not even trying and getting 20, 30, 40, almost 50 feet of air, 50 feet of distance without trying, just rolling up to the ramp and whack the throttle and the thing's just gone.
Yeah.
So, I suppose I'm kind of cleaning up my mess here because I need to go get my happy butt to shower. 6 o'clock is early.
Oh yeah.
2 more days, tomorrow and the day after, and then I got vacation, and I can't wait. First time I've had a week off in a while, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Cool. Having an event here on the 22nd. You should come down.
Technically, it would be up, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Are you getting ready to try it?
No, I don't think I'll go out and try it tonight. I'll try it tomorrow.
Oh, somebody! I heard beeps. That's what threw me off.
Oh, it's me. I was plugging in mine.
Ah, is that your sender?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, Bronco body, nice.
Yeah. It just sucks. I had to buy the RTR, but
Yeah, the
Didn't
kit
want-
wasn't available then, right?
no, it was. Is it available now or?
Or I don't know. I thought there was a kit.
I don't think they haven't made one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all. I haven't seen an Ascender in a kit, but I could be. So
They have
See,
the
Rand,
blade.
My wheel on mine is actually in the truck. So my back wheel is actually a 1.9 a Ripshaw, but it's actually flush into the cage.
how'd you do that?
Well, the guy actually put the mount that holds a wheel. He actually mounted it underneath. So he actually moved it
Oh, I drilled it.
underneath. Yeah, you just drill a new hole underneath
Huh.
into the side, and it's actually holding only on one screw. You can actually flip it if you want, but it just stays there, just because it's the back bar holds it, so everything just stays there. But it actually looks better when it's farther down low, I find.
Huh. That might be something I have to look at because I like the spare tire, but it'd be kind of neat to be able to get it tucked up in, you know.
Looks better when it's tucked in.
Yeah. Because yours is really low too, so it looks more clean.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Come on, the phone.
Those lights are too bright. They're blinding us in the camera.
I think I'm gonna have to go
Just
one
kidding.
hole down on the servo horn because it's going too far. Too much travel.
Did you change your servo horn?
Yes. The black aluminum one I found in my box seems to fit very good.
Good.
So I had put the wrong toot count horn for the event.
Looking in my drawers for parts. So these are the aluminum body panels that came with this truck. So they're kind of a weird
Okay.
green.
Yeah, they have a funny tint to it.
Yeah. It's kind of hard with all this lighting there, the way the lighting is, but
Home over them, or is that the color of them?
that's the color on both sides. Well, this one has no color, but
Looks green.
it is a green color. Lime green, very light
Okay.
lime green.
It's scared the camera or something weren't messing with me. That's all.
Mhm.
You running 1.9s on that?
Yeah, there's 1.9s on there.
1.9.
At least I can use these as a template and cut myself some new ones.
That would work.
All right. Hey, it was good chatting with you all. I'm gonna bounce out because, like I said, I gotta go take stuff.
Okay.
Thanks for jumping in. It was nice talking to you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has. That's why I figured I'd stop in when I saw you were having another one. I figured, especially where we're talking about twin hammers, you know. So
Something you know.
gotta love the twin hammers. So
Yeah.
hey, you guys have a great night. It's good talking to you.
You two have a good night.
You too. Thank you. For the people that are watching also, I'm going to cut this and short. It's been almost 2 hours. Thanks for joining in. And hopefully you guys can jump into the next one and chat a little bit more. Chat live, in other words. Let me move the camera so I can actually see you guys. There you are.
Ah!
So anyways, thank you very much for stopping by again, watching. And if you want to have an update or make sure you don't miss the next one when I go live, make sure you hit that little bell under my name or beside the Tank RC. Like that, you'll get any notification. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why you didn't like the video and we'll try to make it better next time. All right, so we'll see you next time on RC Talk. Thanks a lot.